All right, everybody, welcome back to Daily Driven Death Traps. If this is your first time watching, we got something on this channel called the Triple Threat going on. Now, I'll tell you what that is, and a real quick recap. So we have a 47 Chevy here, we had a Model A here. It's kind of rough to see right now because they're kind of in deplorable shape, but and then outside we've got a 70s Camaro getting ready to be turned into a split bumper. So basically we've been switching these engines around so that we can have three very nicely running vehicles. What I've been up to, we pulled that engine out of the A, and that is now been planted inside the 47. Now, I did not film that just because it's kind of uninteresting to watch me pull an engine and kind of do all that process many times over. So anyway, this got planted inside of the 47 upon hooking everything back up, of course. Had some issues. Now, so those issues being the intake, this nice Edelbrock air, or not even air gap, this Edelbrock intake, the thread insert for this guy, for the, basically what I was doing was putting my temperature gauge guy in there, and those threads were all completely taken out of there, and what they had for this thermostat was JB welded inside that hole. So yeah, of course, ended up needing new intake. So after ordering a new intake, I started tearing this whole thing apart because obviously to get the intake off, I had to pull the distributor. So the distributor was pulled, and this HEI old boy itself was actually broken on the end. Now, I'm guessing it was probably torqued down too hard and then ended up bending that, or not really bending it, but cracking it and breaking it after warmth and cold, and that's kind of the end of that guy, which is good, I guess, that that was wrong. So anyway, after doing that, I had to pull the valve covers, and we got a little bit of play in a couple of these rockers. This one was really bad. I ended up actually tightening it about 1/8 of a turn, just because, you know, I am not a huge full-on engine build guy. I know enough to get me by, but just that's enough. Basically what I'm doing tonight is I am reassembling this whole top end of this. Basically what's taken off, not really too much, but that's what's gonna happen. As well as I got a bunch of parts in the mail. This vehicle has 4-wheel disc brakes. I did this when I was probably 17 years old, and I ended up kind of routing these brake lines wrong on the back. So I have brand new brake lines from Speedway Motors, along with a bunch of other little knickknacks that will be providing me a lot of help on putting this back together. You're gonna watch me put this top in this engine back together right now. Now, I forgot to update the Model A. So this is our 1929 Model A Coupe that I bought last year, that I overpaid for quite significantly because that engine's a turd. But anyway, this 418 Ford FE will be going inside of this. So that's going to be it's going to be kind of a rowdy little vehicle, only weighing about 2,100 pounds. In preparation of getting this going, I bought a brand new transmission cushion, and I also had an extra locker shifter. Obviously that was in this one for a small block Chevy, or TH350, and I had to fabricate up this custom mount. Now I know it's not the best in the world, y'all can judge if you want, but this saved us about 400 bucks. So, and it functions completely correctly. So it all works great. It just looks a little finicky, needs painted, and it'll look fantastic. So this engine's ready to be thrown in. Need to pull that transmit across member, put it on a jack, and kind of line it up and re-drill and re-weld the cross member, as well as we've got a plate steel that all that stuff is sitting on that I will have to be making custom mounts for. So that's coming up too, probably not tonight, but here in the near future, as well as throwing that engine that is back there, that small block Chevy, will be going in Alex's Camaro here soon. So that's that's my quick update. Now let's get to work on this bad boy. All right, everybody. So we basically got this full engine assembly back, or I should say the top end kind of back together. Kind of got a little finicky on the alternator mount because your boy never took a picture like he always should. Now, I did make a little diagram of chicken scratch on where I had the alternator sat before I pulled that guy. So we're gonna pray that I got pretty darn close with that. If not, be pulling that, putting it top dead center, and redoing basically the timing on it, but that's not a big deal. So now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna open this Speedway box, and I'm gonna see, since I kind of forgot what I ordered. Now, here's our unboxing for the video like usual. Now, shout out to Jigs and Speedway for having the craziest shipping. A nice loker sheath for my shifter. I never had it when I originally built the car, so the shifting boot's gonna make the vehicle look so much better, especially being loker. Pay for the name, but anyway. And then I actually bought finally a flaring tool because I got tired of those little piece of junk ones from O'Reilly's. I'll do a little review on this one these days. I think it's gonna be, from what I read, it's a pretty awesome setup, and I'm pretty excited for it. So we've got a dipstick tube for our C6. It looks like it's already been, I don't know, we've got stuff going on, but it's one of the stainless steel ones, one of the overpriced ones, but looks nice, so that's cool. Our prized brake lines, that this is basically the only thing I needed, really and truthfully, but I decided to get all this other stuff too. Then we've got a little T-block, and we have a brake light switch, and the reasoning behind this is that I did a brake switch in this that is mechanically operated, which was a little bit of an ingenious way at the time, but I've kind of figured out that it did not work as much or as well as I hoped. So we're gonna test out that new flaring tool with this installation on that, see how it works out. I need to wire that guy up. I'll probably jump under the car. I still need to hook up the drive shaft and the exhaust, so I'll probably do all that at once. As well as this engine still needs to go back a little bit, so probably kick it back with a bar and then get under there, put the tranny mounts, or bolt the transmission the rest of the way in, and the whole engine will be ready to go, other than preliminary fire up to make sure our timing is somewhat in the same vicinity, as well as still needing to get a throttle bracket that is going to work, just because I need some longer machine screws, and then we can kind of mount everything on one little doodad. So not too big of a deal. All this little stuff can be cleaned up when I get this front end back on. Mostly I just want to get the front end back on, so that way I can get the radiator back plumbed up, and we'll be ready to fire it up here in the next couple days. Might organize my mess, and then we're gonna get back to it. I'm gonna be kind of just rigging this back up to kind of function again and run and drive and do all of its stuff. So I gotta make a throttle cable assembly, gotta make the kickdown assembly work. Then I also need to pump the fuel tank because it's all old gas basically, so that needs to be done. And I may as well just get these brakes bled today as well. So we don't have Alex today, but we've got another helper, Taylor. She's gonna be helping me out. And this hasn't been introduced on the channel yet. I guess I might as well. So this is my 1990 Ford Mustang LX. So this is a 5.0 with a 5-speed. Pretty classic. It's not really been modified. I've been looking for one of these for a long time. So it came running and driving, and of course I had to do some stuff to it. And I bought rims and tires, which we'll showcase later, as well as carpet and all of the good stuff underneath for suspension. Sorry, it's raining right now, so it's really loud in the middle row. That way we can get this, well, I can get this how I want it, because I've always wanted a nice clean Fox body. I know she doesn't look pretty, but it's gonna look pretty after I'm done with it. So that's kind of the light little here it is video for this. Last time we were here, I was kind of setting up the throttle and everything. That was on a gloomy day. That was a couple days ago. We actually had some misfortune, and the throttle that I had actually ended up not working for it, and had to have this redone. as well as the kickdown cable was kind of messed up and broken. That is all functioning now, as well as I've got the battery relocated up here, and that is its new home rather than in the back like I had it before. It's even got its own custom mount, 47 by DDDT. She's ready to fire up and run. We did actually bleed the brakes off camera too, because I don't know how much you guys even want to see of all that, but a little bit of boring stuff went down, and now all I'm going to do is kind of rewire this front end, because when I pulled it all apart, I kind of accidentally pulled a couple things, so I need to get these lights all back working, as well as the fan. And then another little cool deal, got the 2014 Mustang seats back there, so I'm gonna try to rig that up so those sit in there, and we can make this a 4-seater, which is kind of sweet because they really do match the front seats. Then I still got a tack to put in. I got the center of the dash that I need to stick basically in the dash. There's a lot of reassembly, so that's gonna go down, and hopefully we'll have it up running on the road next time you guys see it. So that'll be the first of our 3 back on the road. Will be the 47. Alex is having a very good time working on his Camaro. He's got that firewall nice and prettied up like, as well as these motor mounts are now on, and those are pretty freaking stout if you ask me. That's about it. The 29 is still waiting for a little bit more expertise. So actually, I'll probably just take that transmission mount out, and then I can start kind of figuring out how I'm gonna turn this piece of plate steel into a motor mount. That's gonna be that. We'll hopefully see you back when I first start up this guy. We're gonna do the old first startup on the old girl. Well, first startup with new distributor, new basically everything. I kind of benchmark timed it, kind of where it was sitting when I pulled the other distributor, so I can't imagine we're going to be too far off. We should be pretty close. With our luck, we'll be really far off. But I already primed it a couple times, so if we're lucky, we might just pop off right away. Let's see what we got. Funny story, these blue lights, I bought those probably when I was 15 years old at a swap meet, and they've been in an 89 Capri and a 79 Ford pickup, and they found their way in here, and I decided to finally hook them up.
And we've got all lights.
Oh yeah, here's brake light.
Oh yeah.
Here's turn signal. Other turn signal. Oh yeah.
Sick. She's
so
ready.
This is probably, other than the Highboy, this might be the well, I already talked about the loose rocker arms. If anything kills this vehicle, it'll be the loose rocker arm, but maybe we'll get lucky. Taking it to Dubuque in the last weekend in April, so she's stout. So we'll probably catch you on the first drive on this guy. I'm just gonna button it up now.
Well, we will see you in the test drive.
Bye-bye. This is a sensational moment. We're about to take this for its first drive in 500 years.
We're vampires, man.
It feels like it. We're gonna see how many things go wrong, because that's usually what happens. The Fox Bunny went pretty good, so that means this has got to go awful. All right, here we go. Let's do it. At least get out of the shop. All these lights, these windows are so clear.
I can see you.
I see you.
Hi. Sounds like it's cammed.
You have a water temp?
What's that?
You have water temp gauge? Sweet.
Hopefully it works.
This thing smart enough to lock out reverse?
No.
That's scary.
Nor is yours.
At least it's not a column.
That's true. Touche.